Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about giving yourself grace, which was planned several weeks ago, but coincidentally, here we are on Good Friday. So I think it's quite timely and quite appropriate. But we are not going to talk about religion today. We are going to talk about giving yourself grace in the context of improving your health. So, hi, Rick. Welcome. So there's 4 things I want you to realize when you are going for a goal. There are 4 things that you need to keep in mind. 1, you've got to believe. When you're starting out, you got to believe it. 2, you have to give yourself some acknowledgement that it's going to suck. That second phase is actually going to suck. The third stage is you have to be the one to make your own motivation. And the fourth stage will be smooth sailing. So let's talk about that first one. So the first one is belief. You have to actually believe in whatever it is you are trying to accomplish. Because if you start out, particularly with looking at your past, like, oh, you know what, I tried to get healthy once before and that didn't work. And oh, I'm going to fail. How do you think your chances are going to be of doing well this time? Not so good. So that's the first thing you've got to believe. Set something for yourself that, yeah, I do believe this. Ask yourself, do I believe that I can reach my goal this time? Do I believe that I can stay committed this time? If the answers to those questions are yes, then yes, go ahead. You can pass and go forward to number 2, which is, gosh, there's going to be that period of time when it's not going to be fun. It's not going to feel good. Your brain is actually going to resist the change. Why? Because we're all creatures of habit. We want things to be comfortable and easy and familiar. And so when we start a new process and we're in that second phase of, okay, I believe it, but help my unbelief, that's when you've got to stick to it, that you're relying on that belief to say, great, I know it's going to happen. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. And that is what leads you to stage 3, which is creating your own motivation. So if you look at those 2 phases, number 2, when it's like not all that great, not that wonderful, it's difficult, it's change, it's learning a new habit, going to a different store, drinking your water, making a new recipe, learning a new, where do you even find a new recipe? I can help with that. But when you are going through all those changes and you may have a tendency to just be like, oh, I can't do it. Okay, so that's that embracing the suck. Knowing that it's coming when you start out is going to help you. But what I want you to do along the way is celebrate some small wins. Celebrate the fact that, you know what? I drank all of my water today. I got in my 64 ounces minimum. Whatever your goal is, maybe you drink more, maybe you drink less. Maybe it's just to add 1 glass of water if you're drinking soda, if you're drinking sweet tea, whatever it is. But I want you to start celebrating those little small wins. Hey, I had some extra vegetables today. Hey, I steamed my vegetables today. Hey, I didn't have the French fries or I didn't have the bun on the burger. I just had lettuce. I want you to start celebrating those little wins. Why? Because those are going to help you get confidence in yourself. That's you making your own motivation, which is step number 3. And it's also, again, going to help propel you through that kind of sucky period, which is just going to happen. Just know it's going to happen, and then you're ready for it, and then you're not fighting it. And then the 4th stage is smooth sailing. And I'm not saying that happens right away. It doesn't. It takes time. But know that when you are creating and building a new habit, you will eventually get to this autopilot stage. And that's what that 4th stage is. So I want to go back to the embracing the suck stage, because usually that's where people give up. And they're like, you know what, I can't do this. And so by being ready for that to come and knowing that it comes and you can anticipate it, then you will be better prepared for it. The other thing that I want you to focus on when you're in that stage is, all right, how can I make this better for myself? What is something that I can change, that I'm willing to do, so that you're not setting yourself up for disappointment? So what happens a lot of times in that phase as well is that people be like, well, you know what? I've been doing all the things. Lauren, I've done everything. I've been drinking my water. I've been going to bed early. I've been getting some physical activity. And yes, I'm eating all my vegetables. But I'm not losing any weight, or my A1C level is not down. Y'all know that's my jam. So it's not working. I'm going to give up. And I'm like, no. What's not working is you set yourself up for failure. You expected things to happen in a certain period of time. Based on what? Maybe it was based on you lost weight in the past at that rate. But the times are different now. You're different now, and things are different. Your body chemistry is different. So when you are setting yourself up for that kind of disappointment, meaning I should, then What are you going to do when you don't? If you instead focus on, I'm doing the right actions. Okay, I'm drinking my water. I'm getting my rest. I'm turning off my phone the hour before I go to bed. All those things, then you can focus on those actions instead of, okay, the time. So are you with me, or is this making sense? I'm not seeing any comments here, but hi Sean, hi Wanda, hi Andrea, hey Marie, nice to see everyone. Hey Kathy. So if you're with me and understanding this concept of don't set yourself up for failure by saying I should, and instead focus on I am doing the right actions. And if you're doing the right actions and you're not seeing progress, you're not feeling like you're making any progress, then what we want to do is look at what are those actions? Where can we make some tweaks for you so that you can actually have a little more success and feel good about it? And let's go back to this creating our own motivation. And so you're not looking for outside motivation. Oh, I'm just not motivated. Well, what are you not motivated to do? Are you not motivated to drink water? Okay, well then let's try to figure out what we can do to make that work in your life. Do we need to ask you to drink water right after you brush your teeth? Where can we add that water drinking in, or whatever it is? I mean, you can put eating vegetables, eating your protein, lower fat protein, not fried, all that kind of stuff. We can put whatever you want in that space, and then we can look at how do we in fact tweak that. So that is my message for you today, to give yourself some grace along the way, particularly in that second stage. So again, we had the stage 1, which was you got to believe in yourself. We have the stage 2, which was, I forgot already, embracing the suck, even though I spent most of this call talking about that. Stage 3 is making your own motivation. And then stage 4 is smooth sailing, because now it's on autopilot. So you don't really have to think about it. It's just like, it's like walking. You don't think about that anymore. You got that. Just like driving a car. You get in, you put the key in or push the button and you go. So that's what I have for you today on giving yourself some grace along the way. It's so important, particularly in that part about making your own motivation and embracing the suck. And how you do that is not setting yourself up and expecting things to happen in a certain way, but being more realistic about what are the actions. You focus on the actions that you're taking, celebrating those actions, and that's where you're going to get that motivation. That's where that momentum is going to start to be built up, because you're like, yes, I can do this. All right. I want you to have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Easter. And I want to always wish you optimal health and bountiful wellness. And I will see you later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.